નમસ્કાર વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો, સ્વાગત છે તમારું આપણી યુટ્યુબ ચેનલમાં. તારીખ 7 ઓગસ્ટના રોજ આપણી ટેટ 1ની જે મેટર ઘણા સમયથી તારીખ ઉપર તારીખ પડતી હતી તે મેટર છેલ્લે ચાલી તો ખરી જ. ને છેલ્લી હિયરિંગમાં શું થયું, પ્રશ્નોની રજૂઆત થઈ, જે 5 પ્રશ્નોની રજૂઆત થઈ તેના પહેલાં શું થયું, વિધિબેન ભટ્ટ જે વકીલ સાહેબ છે તેમણે પોતાનું પિટિશન પાસ વિદ્યાર્થીઓની પાછી ખેંચવા માટે પણ નામ રદ કરાવવા માટે આપ્યા. પાસ વિદ્યાર્થીઓ માટે જે વકીલ સાહેબ હતા તેમની પણ જે મેટર ચાલતી હતી એમાં શું શું થયું તે પણ માહિતી આપી. અને પછી વૈભવ વ્યાસ સાહેબે સરસ પ્રશ્નોની રજૂઆત કરી અને આખી ભરતીને સંપૂર્ણ સમજાવી. સાથે સાથે સરકારી વકીલ સાહેબ શ્રીએ પણ મેટર કેવી રીતે આગળ ચલાવવી છે તે બાબતે બધી જ રજૂઆત કરી. પ્રશ્નો બાબતે 5 પ્રશ્નોની રજૂઆત થઈ. કોર્ટ પણ બિલકુલ તે પ્રશ્નો ઉપર વધુમાં વધુ સુધારો થાય તે માટે જોઈ રહી હતી. કોર્ટે પણ કહ્યું કે પ્રશ્નો થોડાક કેમ સુધરે તો બધા પ્રશ્નો ખોટા હોય તે બધા સુધરે તેવું કીધું. અને તે બધી રજૂઆત થઈ. આ સંપૂર્ણ રજૂઆત આ વિડીયોની અંદર આપેલી છે તે તમે જોઈ શકો છો.
which is at least 385 is where the serial number 385
385 આપજો.
SCA 3723
Almost all the petitioner.
Yes, sir. There is one matter which is
Yes. For my matter, the issues are the advertisement is the same. Our issue is little different. We have passed TET examination.
it is a completely different issue.
I have a suggestion which may consider so as to responsibly use the time of the honorable. Therefore, some figures. There are these exams. This exam was for 11,000 posts. Any matter.
You reading from which page?
This
No, sir,
advertisement
I
is
am
for
giving the facts which are undisputed by all parties.
Not on record.
No, they are all.
They are
Sir, પરીક્ષામાં 11,000 પોસ્ટની
No, advertisement માં 11,000.
advertisementમાં
Ah,
11,000
So just slow, I am noting down.
Therefore,
Yes.
For primary teachers, standard 1 to 5,
Yes.
there are in the advertisements before your lordship 11,000 vacancies.
Common advertisement.
One advertisement, 11,000 vacancies.
11,000 post.
11,000 vacancies for this advertisement. Now, my lords, the next two statistics are equally important. As of today, our state has a total vacancy of 17,000 posts of vidhyasahayaks. 17,000 posts.
Yes.
And I have instructions to make a statement that in calendar year 2027, that is next year, state government will be coming out with one more advertisement of 5,000 posts
Next year.
next year.
Yes.
Well, as on date, the total applicants for Vidyasahayak posts are 10,159.
10,000.
159. So the total applications received are less than the total posts advertised.
All right.
Now, a submission in the form of suggestion subject to Honorable Court's direction, and I take it upon myself. The senior officer of the examination board is present in the. My lords, so that we can solve this deadlock, I have prepared this chart for your lordships. My lords, in all the petitions before my lords, all petitioners, including successful candidates, Mr. Butch, as I understand, represent the successful.
All right.
774 posts are 774 petitioners, individual petitioners are there. So, my lords, today we are facing a scenario where 774 who say that for one or the other reason the state has committed some error in law versus more than around 10,000 people who have qualified and are waiting for appointments. The next step is only appointment. There is nothing else. My respectful submission in the form of suggestion to lordships is what I did was 774 was divided into the various individual categories. So lordships chart may be seen. General EWS, SC, ST and SEBC.
This covers all the respective petitioners.
But I make a further omnibus submission on instructions. If the Honorable Court is with me to resolve the present logjam, I make a statement that keeping vacancies for the petitioners in the categories that the respective petitioners fall in, with that undertaking, please allow us to fill up the remaining posts of the advertisement so that the around 10,000 other candidates who have succeeded get a job. But more importantly,
So you are ready to keep vacant this 775 posts?
please,
And
and
that is fair enough.
I have one more submission. My lords, the reason that the state is willing to make this considered concession is the academic year will start and the children don't have enough teachers if we do not fill up these posts. This affects children at the bottom line.
What do you want to say?
Lord, so far as
But so far as my clients, it's a very fair suggestion. Provided the matters are such which takes little time for your lordships to consider and the issues to be resolved, then this suggestion is perfectly justified. But if the matters are such which can be resolved in no time, for example, today,
But today,
in 3 minutes, Lord, my case will be in 3 minutes.
Mr. There is no issue if all agree. We
Yes.
get by this arrangement, we are not going to put all the bundles in a
Correct.
corner.
I understand. I quite see.
Ultimately, if this suggestion,
Yes.
I feel prima facie,
Is
you are
a
the
very
most
good
technical,
suggestion.
and
Yes,
you
it
are
is
the
not
most technical too.
Yes.
If you feel this is a fair one, then for the time being, grab it. I'm keeping these matters, all matters, maybe in the next week only, or thereafter, and we'll try to put it in. And this will only
otherwise, Lord, our endeavor would be. But so far as the suggestion of my learned senior friend is concerned, undoubtedly, Lord, it is a fair suggestion. The only difficulty is, but so far as the stand of the state government, that the academic year is to start and there are non-availability of teachers is concerned. Lord, I have material along with me that Lord Gyansahayak are already appointed on this post. They are already working, maybe on contractual basis. Lord.
then Mr. Maybe that statement is discarded.
Please, Lord.
But ultimately, your interest is fully protected. You just,
That is true, Lord. That is
your all interests are fully protected.
only to the ખાલી એટલો ફરક રહેશે સાહેબ કે અમને અમારી ચોઇસની જગ્યાઓ નહીં મળે સાહેબ if we are not interested આટલું થાય છે.
Look, Joe, just as your lordships take up matters at 2:30, if the issues are such, say covered matters, etc.
Just let me put
Yes,
one further question to you.
Yes.
Supposingly, today green signal is given to you
My lords.
by this arrangement. Within what time you see that the appointments will be issued, so that I can take up the matters
Yes,
interact them.
perfectly fine.
My lords, our target is that if we receive a green signal today, the final list will come out as early as Sunday or Monday, and the appointment orders may follow no sooner. But to allay the apprehensions of my friend, I make one more submission before your lordships. Let there be one sentence in the order that all these appointments also are subject to the permutations and combinations that are arrived at.
No,
at the-
that is difficult for those others.
So they will have to be joined as parties,
My lords,
etc.
the
will be
concern
decided.
today is my friend.
My lord, in the petition, we are relying upon an order passed by this honorable court, wherein in similar examination, the honorable court referred the disputed questions to a committee. 15 days time was given to the committee to revise and review the questions which have been raised in the petition.
Here, there is no constitution of committee.
My lords, they are saying that some committee was appointed by them, but they have not disclosed how many members were there who were appointed. And my lords, on last occasion, I have given a table. If first 4 questions of those tables are seen, then apparently typographical errors are there. So, my lords, our contention is that there are high chances that this is going to be revised. Now, there are restrictions of the Honorable Supreme Court on the line that if the answer key is revised and then the result is revised, recasting of the merit is required to be done. Even after 7 to 8 years, it is done. My lords, my request is that this would create heartburning for everyone who's even appointed. Because tomorrow, if I am short by 1 mark and my merit is revised by 3 or 4 marks, my lords, I would lose my chance of allotment. But for example, it is even given by this honorable court, then entire merit list will have to be reshuffled. So, my lords, the suggestion which is made by the learned GP that category wise allotment is done in service law jurisprudence, it cannot be done, because if a reserved category candidate gets a higher mark and he's in open category, then his seat cannot be reserved as per his category in the concerned category. He will be an open merit category candidate. So, my lords, the suggestion which has come, it is a benevolent suggestion, but it will not work as far as this matter is concerned. My lords, for a minute, may permit me to show the order. I will show the relevant portion. A committee may be constituted. 15 days time was given in that matter as well. Here also that time may be given. Meanwhile, if they want, they can prepare a merit list, my lords. And my lords, as per the order which is passed.
It appears that merit is already prepared.
Therefore,
It is
direct
not
answer to
prepared.
my friend's concern.
So they
Direct
have-
answer.
So they just 1 minute. So they have published the result and we were not qualified, and thereafter they issued the advertisement for appointment of primary teachers or vidhyasahayaks. We were allowed to apply. Now, the past candidates, as my learned friend said, is 10,159. Total vacancy is 11,000 and the total number of petitioners are 714. So, my lords, as per the order that is passed by this honorable court, the interim order, we are not seeking any appointment, but our name may be shown in the merit list and nothing further may follow. At least that exercise can be undertaken. Right now is not the stage for issuing appointment order. At least if my name is there in the list, then in future, if something happens or there's some order which is passed in my favor, I will get the benefit of it. If there is no order, my name would be removed from it. So, my lords, that order they have not challenged. They have accepted that order. So now, my lords, my request
So
is,
your suggestion, as I understand, is that at least your names are to be figured
yes,
in the merit.
yes,
Maybe in the your name against your name, it has to be
History.
bracketed.
bracketed, yes,
That it
yes.
is a provisional one.
Yes, and meanwhile, a committee may be constituted. So on the next occasion, my lords, whenever the matter is taken up, we don't have to bother this honorable.
What is
Yeah,
the practical?
I may just answer. I may just answer my. I may answer Mr. Vyas. Let me answer this, but it's directly. A 5-member committee containing 5 independent PhD scholars was constituted in this case. That committee evaluated and found the stand taken by the original evaluators in order. It is already on affidavit. That apart, I had shown on the last date the decision of Ranvijay. Ranvijay in one sentence concludes, it says a lot in favor of the state. But it says even when there is a divergence of opinions and there are 2 correct opinions on whether answer A is correct or B, it is the state's version that should follow. Therefore, this will become an academic exercise where all of us will show competing judgments to your lordship. A committee was constituted. In this case today, to have them bracketed in the list will cause more problem.
Like,
My lord, how do I know how many grace marks to give? They are challenging 18 questions. This is what had weighed with your lordships also on the last occasion. Gursharan Virk is one petitioner. He may ultimately have only scored 4 out of the 18 that he has asked omnibus in the petition. Mr. Vyas may score 18. Shall I give them a place in the merit list with brackets, treating all of them to have scored 18? Then the people who have actually qualified today will be down the order. People who have actually qualified today, and the Supreme Court says they are the good candidates and the state is right, they will be down the merit order. 750 લોકો બીજા પારે જતા રહેશે. Therefore, I am submitting that I thought of this as a good suggestion to give to your lordship, what Ms. Bhatt suggested. But it weighed with me that would mean me, the state, doing injustice to the qualified 750 candidates.
No, my lord.
Therefore, I am suggesting.
My lord.
And according to me, this will cause no hurt.
but if she is right to the extent in this proposal, if how would you treat that if supposingly some SC candidate is to be considered in the general category?
Well, ultimately, that question may, assuming that they succeed in this petition 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks from today, even if it arises, therefore I gave those initial statistics. We have a master vacancy of 17,000, of which we will still have around 7,000 vacant. Tomorrow, if we are faced with a situation where the state loses this match,
This validity of TET exams are for how many years?
well, it's 5
So
years.
that is the grievance in my petition. Then the validity is 5 years. Now we have passed. So except Gujarat, everywhere else in the country, I have given 5-7 illustrations of the states as well as NCT says that there cannot be any validity for a particular period.
My friend
Once
is-
you pass it, it has to be considered to
My
be
learned
passed.
senior friend is challenging the GR, if I am not
Yes,
mistaken.
yes.
So his petition must be disjuncted from Mr. Vyas and Ms. Bhatt's petition, is my submission.
But this 775 includes him also?
Yes, sir. Because I wanted to not have any grievance by anybody.
Yes, Mr. Vyas, we can go by this. This
And my lord,
bucket-
we assure your lordships that we are before your lordships. Please have this after 2 weeks or whenever the
No, not 2 weeks.
No, no.
We can
Whenever.
next week.
So
only.
next week
Just,
we will face the music.
so my lords, yes, just, sorry.
Wait. Sir, please have a look at the advertisement for a minute. Wait, wherever just the grievance. My lords may just have a look at the advertisement. If it appeals to your lordships, Lord, I'll wait for 1 week or whenever your lordships
Page?
gives. Advertisement, Lord, the page number would change, but take me. The third page of the advertisement.
Advertisement.
Third page of the advertisement. Second
So,
page,
like-
શૈક્ષણિક લાયકાત.
સાહેબ સાઈડમાં એડવર્ટાઇઝમેન્ટ લખેલું છે, માફ કરજો સાહેબ.
એમનું પછી બીજું કઈ ખોલી નાખું.
પણ બીજું કઈ મારા કમ્પ્યુટરમાં હોઈ ના શકે. આપનામાં
હોય
સેલ્ફ
શકે
સર્ટિફિકેશન સાહેબ.
એ હોઈ શકે પણ અહીંયા ના હોય.
બુટ સાહેબના પણ આઈપેડમાં હોય છે.
હા હોય છે.
એ તો-
I don't feel shy about.
એટલે ભાઈ સુધી આપ મન નથી.
એની તારું પેજ નંબર કોઈ બી સર ઇનેક્શન એ જ હશે એડવર્ટાઇઝમેન્ટ તમારામાં ઇનેક્શન એ નંબર આ છે. ચાલશે.
હા.
Sir, please see the second page of the advertisement. શૈક્ષણિક લાયકાત. નિમ્ન ધોરણ 1 થી 5 વિદ્યાસહાયક. એમાં 1, 2 અથવા 100. Now please come to 3. આ વર્ગ માટે we have all these qualifications. આ વર્ગ માટે નિયત
ક્યાં વાંચે છે?
આ સાહેબ એડવર્ટાઇઝમેન્ટમાં પેલા
શૈક્ષણિક લાયકાત
શૈક્ષણિક લાયકાતમાં શિક્ષણ વિભાગનો ઠરાવ ક્રમાંક 100 એમાં નિમ્ન પ્રાથમિક ધોરણ 1 થી 5 વિદ્યાસહાયક જાહેરાત ક્રમાંક 1 ઓફ 2026 એમાં નીચે આ છે
કસોટીનું માળખું છે. શૈક્ષણિક લાયક પછી ઓછામાં ઓછી
કસોટીનું માળખું, પરીક્ષાની ફી,
ના વય મર્યાદામાં છૂટછાટ ઈ પહેલાનું છે સાહેબ. આ નિમ્ન એક શૈક્ષણિક લાયકાત આવું છે એની પછી નીચે કેન આઈ જસ્ટ ગીવ ઇટ માય લોટ મી હેલ્પ
એવરીથિંગ ટુ બી
ભલે ખુલી જશે
એવરીથિંગ ટુ બી ટેકન ઓન રેકોર્ડ.
માય
આ જમા કરી લો.
લોટ
ચાલો
આમાં સાહેબ નીચે શૈક્ષણિક લાયકાત શિક્ષણ વિભાગનો ઠરાવ
આ જુદી છે તો પછી
well, this is what is under challenge in Miss Bhatt and Mr. Vyas's matters.
પણ જાહેરાત તો એક જ હોય.
એક જ હોવી જોઈએ. So therefore, why is it different in your petition? How would I know?
My lord, we have not challenged the advertisement. It is only the final answer key.
સાહેબ
that is-
perhaps એવું હશે કે ઉપર એક જ પેજની મેઇન જાહેરાત છે એક મૂકી હશે આઈ હેવ પ્રોડ્યુસ ડિટેલ્ડ એડવર્ટાઇઝમેન્ટ એ છે સાહેબ ફર્સ્ટ પેજ ઇઝ જાહેરાત જિલ્લા શિક્ષણ સમિતિ વિદ્યાસહાયકની એક પેજની જાહેરાત છે પછી ડિટેલ્ડ એડવર્ટાઇઝમેન્ટ
નથી બતાવી રહ્યા advertisement. ગુસ્સે એટલે જ કહું.
તો શું હું આ શું
ના એક જ સેકન્ડ ટેટની જુદી એક્ઝામ છે એડવર્ટાઇઝમેન્ટ અને રિક્રુટમેન્ટની જુદી છે.
Therefore, I am
એટલે તમે
respectfully
આ છે-
requesting. This is
ના સાહેબ મારે આઈ જસ્ટ ના બેસ્ટ સોલ્યુશન છે વોટ આઈ વોન્ટ ટુ શો લેટ્સ વોટ માય લોટ્સ મે જસ્ટ સી આ સાહેબ રિક્રુટમેન્ટની જાહેરાતો બતાવી રહ્યો છું.
હા બોલો બોલો.
હા એમાં શિક્ષણ શૈક્ષણિક લાયકાત શિક્ષણ વિભાગનો ઠરાવ 100 નિમ્ન ધોરણ 1 થી 5 ના વિદ્યાસહાયક દેન ઓવર ધ પેજ એમાં સાહેબ દરેક લાયકાત મારી પાસે છે બધી ઓછામાં ઓછી HSC સચ એન્ડ સચ 2 વર્ષનો ડિપ્લોમા 4 વર્ષની એલિમેન્ટરી દેન પ્લીઝ કમ ટુ પેરા 3 આ વર્ગ માટે નિયત થયેલ નિમ્ન પ્રાથમિક શિક્ષક યોગ્યતા પરીક્ષા ટીચર એલિજિબિલિટી ટેસ્ટ TET ટેટ 1 અરજી કરવાની છેલ્લી તારીખે પાસ કરેલી હોવી જોઈએ. ધેટ ઓલ્સો ઇઝ પાસ. નિમ્ન પ્રાથમિક યોગ્યતા પરીક્ષામાં નિયત થયેલ લઘુત્તમ ગુણ મેળવવાના રહેશે બરાબર. તથા જે માધ્યમની શાળામાં શિક્ષક થવા ઈચ્છતા હશો તે માધ્યમ માટે શિક્ષણ વિભાગના 26/4/12 ના ઠરાવથી નિયત થયેલ શિક્ષક યોગ્યતા કસોટી પાસ કરેલી હોવી જોઈએ. ડન. નાઉ ધીસ ઇઝ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ. તેમજ પ્રાથમિક વિભાગના 10/9/25 ના સુધારા ઠરાવથી નિયત થયેલ અવધિવાળું શિક્ષક યોગ્યતા કસોટીનું પ્રમાણપત્ર જ માન્ય રહેશે. વિચ એસ કે તમારે આજે તમે જાહેર આપતા હો તો એના 5 વર્ષ પહેલા સુધી. That is where I'm joining an issue that no other state in the country has this qualification. The NCTE also says that looking to the requirements of teachers and availability of candidates as against the requirement, this may not be, you may not require for a particular period is what my case is. Otherwise, I am fully eligible.
એ બાબુલું છે. Yes.
So this is how the matter stands.
So far as our case is concerned, sir, but I have produced on record material to demonstrate that in the examination which was conducted by the respondent authority itself, but there was a challenge. एक बैठ लीजिए.
હા વાંધો નહીં.
This during the pendency of the petition, they constituted their own committee. The committee gave a report that all the questions are within the syllabus, but the honorable court did not find favor with that report, and a separate committee was ordered to be constituted. It gave a completely contrary report that most of the questions are out of syllabus. So under these circumstances, the board was required to cancel the entire recruitment. But even in the case of GPSC, when there was challenge to 23 questions, a committee was constituted during the pendency of this petition, and the committee found that everything is placed on record. That out of the 23 questions, 18 questions were required to be 9 were required to be cancelled, 9 were required to be the answers were required to be corrected. Therefore, it is not the case that whenever there is the final answer keys are prepared by the respondent authority or the committee constituted by the respondent committee, it is always right. But I have to demonstrate before this honorable court that the answers which are given as final answers are demonstrably wrong. If I'm in a position to not satisfy the honorable
That is what I'm saying, that it will be given all full chance for that.
Therefore,
The next week only.
what we suggest, my learned friend rightly suggested that instead of not doing the exercise by this honorable court, if an independent committee is constituted,
But that all we will think when it is, we will decide the issue at a full-fledged hearing. After the hearing, if I see a substance, we can do whatever order we can pass. But ultimately today, since prima facie it appears that
sir, I understand, Lord.
this is not.
But you are not the matter pati jaise.
No, it's તમારા લોકો માટે.
So my lords, we don't want to stop the recruitment process by any means.
That is
That
not
is not our content.
that is the endeavor of bill.
additional instruction which will solve these concerns in real time. And we have 6 or 7,000 more vacancies, 5,000 of which the next year's recruitment calendar is planned. In the extreme, let me be positive, in the extremely unlikely scenario that these petitions succeed, I strongly believe they can't in view of these judgments. There is sufficient vacancy available. to factor every consideration.
But
Because
my lord-
the matter will be decided within a
But
month.
if we are failed candidates, then that recruitment
they
also we
fail,
cannot.
fail. If
No,
they
but then we
succeed-
cannot participate, my lord. So this
they
argument
succeed,
is not
it's
good as
sufficient
far as the
to succeed.
petitioners are concerned.
So there is no concern.
અને અમે પણ
according to me, realistically, there will be no concern.
All right, and so that is why let us for the timing secure your seats here.
So my lords,
We will fix up these matters in the next week.
just one suggestion, my lords. My learned friend apprehended that I'm saying that 18 marks are to be added in the total marks that we have got. My lords, that is not my suggestion. I'm not saying you add anything. Now, my lords, on last occasion, I had given this table. This the first table, if it is seen, letter document dated 18/5/2012, in which, my lords, bifurcation of marks is given: 20% for HSC, 25% for PTC, 50% for text. So whatever or how many marks I have received currently, even as a failed candidate, those marks may be considered and added. My marks may not be revised thinking that I will pass in all the 18 questions that I've raised. At least that can be considered, and my name may be featured in the merit list, and it may be put it in a bracket. I may not be, yes,
If we succeed.
then only.
ઉમેરવાના થાય.
Exactly ઉમેરવાના થાય.
Well, how can a failed candidate be figured?
No, but my lords, there is an order.
ultimately, you instead of pressing your name to be figured in the merit list for the timing, if your seats are secured and the matter is decided finally.
My lords, the problem is this order. My lords, may kindly see the order of the Honorable Supreme Court. I'll just show the direction part. एक sec ना आपको. Facts are in para number 3. And operative part is para 22.
So you are in substance, it appears that you are not agreeable with this.
Yes.
All right, sit down. We'll take up the matter. Argument. Let us decide the matter finally. Who will argue?
My
I
lord.
can finish my matter in 5 minutes.
I don't mind whatever start matter.
But yes, very good.
चालू करो मेरे भाई.
But how many candidates do you have?
There are 2 petitions.
So then you
One,
don't take a,
597.
then you don't take a lead. Let
હા
them argue.
એટલે જ એટલે આ લોકોની વધારે છે
હા,
એટલે મારે
let them argue. Let them
That's
argue.
right.
Let them argue.
Lordship. Please.
What is your petition number?
Yes, no, the petition number is 694 of 2026.
3294 approved.
3294.
195, 196.
Three two nine four.
Lord, may kindly take up 3269 of 2026.
3269 approved.
બે સાથે સાથે આગળ પાછળ.
32. Three two nine six.
જી સર.
69.
3269 of 2026.
Yes.
The notification which was issued by the respondent board, that is the state examination board, is on page 45,
Page 45.
which is dated 14/10/2025.
What is that?
But this is the notification whereby the applications were invited.
Advertisement.
Yes.
Page 45.
Ji sir. from the candidate for appearing in the teacher eligibility test.
TET.
GTET. This test is one of the criteria for being considered for appointment to the post of a primary teacher. That is vidhyasahayakmerit in standard
1
to 5. GTET 1 test.
Yes.
Note note the scheme is provided. Note શૈક્ષણિક લાયકાતની વિગતો. Then the next page note કસોટીનું માળખું. Page 45. Page 46. Note multiple choice questions is required to be answered by the candidate. Note it consists of note 150 questions which are required to be answered by the candidate. And note the passing standard for a general category candidate would be 90 marks. Note you're also to find on page 55. And for a reserved category candidate, it is 82 marks. Note for 90 marks would be 60% of the
Yes.
general category માટે 60% અને reserved category માટે 55%. Note the petitioners before the honorable court appeared in this examination, and note after they had appeared in the examination, note provisional answer key came to be prepared. Note one thing may kindly be kept in mind. Note my learned senior friend stated that note there are 11,000 vacancies pursuant to this examination, which is conducted pursuant to this notification. So there is an advertisement. By that advertisement, the posts are required to be filled in. Therefore, those candidates who have passed this are required to fill up the forms. Note pursuant to the interim order passed by this honorable court, we have submitted our application form to the authorities. Now 11,000 vacancies are available. Note total forms which are filled up are 10,159. Therefore, even otherwise, note 8,841 posts would be remaining vacant. Now, note if we are in a position to demonstrate before this honorable court that the final answer key which was published by the respondent board was not correct in connection with at least a few of them, then also note number of candidates will be in a position to not cross the minimum qualifying standard. That is 55%.
So they can get more teachers.
Yes, they can get more teachers. And the candidates will also be in a position to not participate in the recruitment process. And since the number of vacancies which are available are more than the number of forms which are filled in, not not our grievance would also be redressed, and at the same time, number of required teachers would also be available. But this would ultimately depend upon we satisfying the honorable court prima facie that the final answer key which was published
No,
by
no,
the
not
court.
prime. Now the full fledged.
હા એટલે પણ સાહેબ મારે બતાવવું તો પડશે કે આ આન્સર ખોટો હતો એમનો. જો હું બતાવી શકું then I will succeed. If I am not in a position to demonstrate before the honorable court, then my lord, the petition will fail. My lord, after the final answer key was published, my lord,
The provisional answer key published when?
but the provisional answer key
24/12.
2025, it is on page 9090.
24/12,
2025.
page 90.
Yes, sir.
All right. So against which you must have taken objections.
Against this, the objections were taken by the candidates. But thereafter, the final answer keys came to be published.
So you raised objection for these 18 questions. How many questions are disputed? 18, I think.
About 18 to 20 questions, Lord.
18 to 20.
Yes, sir.
So for these 18-20 questions, you have raised the
The
objection.
objections were raised before the authorities.
Then
Now, my lord, the authority published the final answer key. Lord, that was published on 17/1/2026.
17.
2026.
All right.
And the result notification was published on 30th January 2026.
30th.
Yes, sir.
Result published.
Notification issue કર્યું સાહેબ એમને.
Yes.
Lord, the candidates immediately upon publication of not the final answer keys are represented before the authorities. That even the final answer key which are published are incorrect, and therefore those are required to be corrected. When the representations, my instructions are to the effect that even the representations were made to the Minister of the Education as well. And not the candidates were assured that the needful will be done. And not this was done immediately after the final answer keys were published and before the result notification was issued. And they were assured that the needful will be done, and only thereafter the final result notification would be published. That was not being done. That was not done by the respondent authority, and therefore, my lord, the
Now, should you not have to come this court immediately after the final answer key was published?
they came immediately, my lord. But
When have you approached this court?
yes, no, the petition came to be affirmed in February, on 8th February 2026.
Yeah, we
Very soon after the, therefore, one of the grounds which my learned senior friend raised on the earlier occasion that there was a delay in approaching this honorable court.
There is no delay.
Yes, not. In fact, earlier they approached the authorities of the government. They tried to see to it that their problem is resolved, but ultimately that was not done, and that is how not the petition before this honorable court. Now, Lord, out of the several questions, Lord, which came to be, which are under challenge, Lord, few of them, Lord, I would like to point out before this honorable court, because Lord, I will have to demonstrate before the honorable court that Lord, what we are saying on the basis of material on record, Lord, our answer is correct. So first is the Lord will find on page 69.
What is this? 69?
Question number page 68, Lord. Question number 45. Page 69. Page 68, Lord. Question number 45.
That is first disputed question.
Yes, Lord.
Yes.
Lord.
આ હતી વિડીયો મુજબ સંપૂર્ણ માહિતી, જેમાં જે પિટિશનરોને જગ્યા આપવા માટે અને પાસ વિદ્યાર્થીઓનો PML જાહેર કરીને તેમની ભરતીને આગળ ચલાવવા માટેની દરેક માહિતી આપવામાં આવી હતી. અને સરકારી વકીલ સાહેબશ્રી અને પિટિશનરના વકીલ સાહેબશ્રી બધાની રજૂઆત થઈ. કોર્ટે 5 પ્રશ્નો પણ સાંભળ્યા અને તે પ્રશ્નો બાબતનો વિડીયો આપણે આગળ બીજા પાર્ટ 2માં લાવીશું અને તે વિડીયો પણ દરેક વિદ્યાર્થીઓને સમજાવીશું, જેના થકી તમને ખબર પડશે કે ટેટ 1ની પરીક્ષાની અંદર કેટલા પ્રશ્નો કઈ રીતે મૂક્યા છે, તેના પ્રૂફ કઈ રીતે આપ્યા છે અને કઈ રીતની એમાં રજૂઆત થઈ છે. તે બધી જ બાબતોને આપણે બધા વિદ્યાર્થીઓ સુધી અવગત કરીશું. ટેટ 1ની પરીક્ષા બાબતે વધુ માહિતી મેળવવા માટે આપણી ચેનલને લાઇક, શેર અને સબસ્ક્રાઇબ કરો.